Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mr. Frankie.
I like it. All right. So we're going to take, like I said, we're going to take it up a step. Instead of doing whole numbers, we're going to do decimals and fractions. And let's begin by talking again about our three ways to find if something is proportional or equivalent, where you can multiply, you can divide, or number three, cross multiply. Notice that it's in bold. See, Tyler, would you read the bold statement next to cross multiply for us, please?
This is the only method that will work for this lesson.
All right. If you need some extra help, there's a video there for you to watch to try to understand. You'll have to do that at your own time. We will not watch it right now. Maybe at the end if we have more time. What I want us to do next is go down to see this example of cross multiplying. We saw this yesterday, that you make an x. The other thing that you could do, well, we'll get to it later. But first today, I need to make sure that before we cross multiply, solving for proportions with decimals and fractions, that you know how to actually just multiply, divide decimals and fractions normal. Okay? So here we have some steps. You might have gone over this with Ms. Vaccaro before. How to multiply decimals. Let's read steps 1, 2, and 3. Kaya, step 1. Hugo, step 2. And Jahaz, step 3. Go for it. All right, our example is this one right here where it says 12.34 times 5.67. And what you see here, I've taken step 1, I've multiplied it out. All right, you can check my work. Would you guys check my work? Make sure it's right. Check it right now. Go. Let's move on. So after I multiplied it out, I get 699,678. And then what I need to do is count the decimal places. So in the problem originally, you can see in 12.34, there's 2 decimal places. And then you can see that in 5.67, there's 2 more decimal places. That's why I say that there are 4 decimal places, or 4 thugs, as Ms. V said. You got 4 thugs. And then as you can see right here, in this spot, this is where I've counted my thugs. Okay? I underlined 1, 2, 3, 4. I started from the 8 on the right, and I counted over 4 times. So my final answer then was this. Okay? So I moved from the 8 over to the 9, and then this is my final answer here. Questions? Okay? Now I want you guys to try. Okay? I'm going to move this arrow out of the way, and in the space right here where it says you try, please multiply on your own to make sure that you can multiply decimals. You may begin. So the answer to this problem was 865.73058.
Yes!
Boom, boom, clap if you got this correct on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, not everyone here. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is I'm going to give you guys about 1 more minute to go back, check your work, find your mistake, and see if you can get this answer. If you did, I want you to help out the neighbors around you, okay, if you got this correct. You have 1 minute, go. Now we're going to begin practicing with dividing decimals. I know that you guys have also seen this before, and I know that dividing decimals sometimes seems long and painful. Like I said, this is not about speed, this is about accuracy. So I want to show you one problem here. I did 52.32 divided by 2.4. That's this problem here at the top where it says example. Okay. And the steps, I'm going to have 4 people read the steps for us, please. Can I have Jordan, Evelyn, Siani, and Siani? So, or then K. All right, you guys may read those in that order. iPad here. So this decimal was moved here. You can see I moved it from 2.4 and I made it to 24. But what I did to the outside, I also did to the inside. So you can see that it went from 52.32 to now 523.2. And as we solve this, if we were to work it through, let me undo that last arrow. Oops, that's okay. So if we were to do long division here, 24 goes into 52 2 times, okay? And we do 48, and we get 4 left over, 43. It goes into it 1 time, and then if we were to do that, 24, and eventually it goes into it 8 more times. So our final answer was 21.8. Okay, so you do normal long division here. What I want you guys to do is to do the you try. You might have to turn your paper sideways to do this for enough space. Oh, there's a big blank spot to the right. You might want to start up higher. So please, in the space provided where it says you try, it might be good if you turn your paper sideways so you can do all the long division. Solve 114.24 divided by 3.4. I'll have you compare with your neighbor in a minute, but right now this is independent and silent. You may begin. And 0. Okay, revealing the answer over here. Amir, would you share with us the answer?
I got 33.6.
33.6 is indeed the answer. Congratulations. Boom, boom, clap on 3 if you got 33. Boom, boom, clap on 3 if you got this answer. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so many claps. I love it. That's what I like to hear, okay? So we're going to move now from decimals to fractions. We're going to now practice multiplying fractions. I think it gets a little easier from here, but I want to make sure everyone understands how to do this. Your example is that you multiply straight across. You have 3/7 times 4 over 9. So in case you're curious where we're at, we're right here. Okay? 3 over 7 times 4 over 9, you can see I multiplied straight across. I had one fraction bar now instead of 2. And it comes to 12 over 63. And then I reduced. How much did I reduce by, Mark? When I did 12 over 63, how much did I reduce by? Nice and loud, please. Yeah, I divided both by 3. Very good. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. 63 divided by 3 is 21. All right, now what I want you guys to do is now try this on your own. You have 30 seconds to do it and compare with your neighbors. You may talk in restaurant level voices. Would you share your answer, please? What was your final answer? 5 over 6 is the correct answer. Boom, boom, clap on 3 if you got this. 1, 2, 3. So good. Okay, let's move on to our next page. Okay, continuing here, we're going to practice dividing fractions. I noticed that a lot of you recognize the chicken strategy, the KFC, the keep, flip, change. All right, let's have some readers. Amaja, step 1. Let's have Jalen, step 2, and Kaya, step 3. Go. Loud and proud. You may go.
Use KFC, keep.
Take 3/7 divided by 4/9. Notice 3/7 stayed the same. Not 4 over 9 flipped to 9 over 4. And the sign changed from multiplication, or from division to multiplication. And then we multiplied like normal and ended up with 27 over 28. Okay, that we cannot simplify. So what I want you guys to do right now in 30 seconds with your neighbor in restaurant level voice, solve this division 1. Go. Tell us your answer for this one.
Is 10 over 27.
10 over 27. Boom. That is correct. Boom, boom, clap on 3 if you got 10 over 27. 1, 2, 3. So many hands. I love it. I think that's just about 100% there. Okay, now we're going to go to the meat of this lesson. We're going to put it all together now, where you guys have practiced multiplying and dividing both decimals and fractions. Now we're going to do it with proportions and to find the missing number to see how to make it proportional or equivalent. All right? We want to make 0.15 over 2 to be the same as x over 5.6. So what we need to do is we need to find what is the answer to x. To do this today, I said there was only one strategy we could do. Hosea, what's the one strategy we can do today? Thank you for tracking him. Complete sentences, please.
The only thing we could do is I think cross multiply and divide.
That is correct. The only strategy we can use today is cross multiplication, okay? So we're going to practice that right now. Take a look at this first one here. We're going to take 0.15 times 5.6, and then we will divide by 2. So what I want you guys to do right now, this is going to be independently and silently on your own first. We're going to do 0.15 times 5.6. Notice I am not lining up my decimals because I don't have to. You're going to solve this Once you get your answer, you're going to divide that answer by 2. Okay? You may begin. Do this on your own, independently and silently. The answer for this one, the answer should have been 0.42. Okay? If you did not get this answer, find someone who sits near you that did and check your work with them. Go. As you can see, what I found is I got 12.8 when I multiplied my numbers, and then I divided by 0.25. Notice that I have 2 loops. I have to move the decimal twice. As soon as I move it twice, I want to bring my decimal point up to the top. When you solve for this, what you should get is that 25 goes into 128 5 times. All right, and you should get 125. Get a 3, bring down the 0. It goes in there 1 time, 25. Subtract, you get 5. Bring down another 0. And it goes in there 2 times, and your final answer is 51.2.
I didn't know what this was.
What I need you guys to do next is we're going to do numbers 3 and 4 with your C partners, and I'm going to go over the answers in a minute after you finish those. You will have, let's say, 2 minutes to do these 2 problems, and we'll compare to see how you did. You may go. Let's take a look at number 3. What we need to do is multiply 1/2 times 5 over 8. So when we multiply 1/2 times 5 over 8, we get 5 over 16. Most people did a good job about this. It's when we have to divide by 5 here that some people got messed up. When we divide by 5, it's saying the same as dividing by 5 over 1. This is now when we use our strategy, keep, flip, change. And we do 5 over 16, keep the first fraction, flip the second fraction, and change from a division to multiplication. And when we multiply straight across, we get, notice that we have a 5 in the numerator and the denominator. These cancel into 1, and we get 1 over 16. Okay? Let me show you on the next one just to make sure we got this. Okay? We're going to multiply 1/3 times 6 over 7. And then when we do that, we get 6 over 21. But this reduces into 2 over 7. And then you're going to divide by 3/7. So it's important that we write out divide by 3 over 7s, Javon. Make sure you're paying attention here and tracking the board and your paper. What we want to do is then we're going to keep the first fraction, 2 over 7, flip it to 7 over 3, change to multiplication. Oops. This should be multiplication. And then we get, notice there's a 7 in the numerator and the denominator. We can cancel those out. That's a 1 and a 1. And you end up with 2 over 3 is your final answer. Okay? Copy these steps down if you don't have this. Copy these steps down now.